Alright, welcome back for some more Kubera. I will let you know now that this is going to be another short one like last week's, but I will make up for it next week as I have quite a bit of time to record. I have multiple days off back to back, so next week's Kubera video will, hopefully, assuming I don't forget, be a touch longer than standard, maybe, you know, in the 20 to 30 minute mark. We'll see. Anyway, let's quickly get through this one because I don't have time to record this any more than now, and it needs to be up tomorrow. This is not very good. This week has been rough for recording. Anyway, let's go. Wow, cool. It looks just as terrifying as when we were slaughtering Rakshasa before. I don't even know who's speaking. So in fact, because I just want to get this one out, I'm going to read it. It was worth going through all that trouble to bring it here from Calabloom. Oh, fuck it, Sagara. My girl, my girl, my girl, my girl. Here we go, here we go, here we go, boys, here we go. I had to calm down. Well, with these, we won't even have to go all the way to Eloth. We could probably just get rid of Rindhallow. Don't tell me that now. You're suddenly doubting your decision? Of course not, Sagara. Then let's stop wasting time. Ah, shit, man. So, Kubera's got all of his items. They did steal them from the Temple of Earth. Oh, shit. Oh, no. This will be all over once we get rid of Rindhallow and bring him back. Your atonement, my atonement, everything will be complete once he returns. You'd be a real jerk if you run away from here, wouldn't you? That'll probably be in the thumbnail. Part 2, episode 95, The Taboo 7. Teo, I brought your food. Ah, thanks. Just leave it over there. How's Teo doing? She still seems pretty weak. Thankfully, she's been eating well, so I don't think we'll have to worry about her health. Yeah, must have been really hard for her. I wouldn't expect her to go out in the public anytime soon. We'll just have to be understanding. It must be such a shock to her that the whole city was in danger because of her. I was surprised myself, and I was only running amok in one corner of the city. It's a good thing you stopped me, Zard. If I'd killed someone with my own hands. During the Great Upheaval, and this last time, I'm so ashamed. You're good. You can stop apologizing for that, Clary. I'm worried about worsening perceptions of Godhava halves. I don't understand how the emotional resonance happened. Is that massive Sura really the king of the Godhava? It's already ridiculous enough that the king of the Godhavas would have turned up here and Surified, but I can't figure out why Agni wouldn't explain it when he was fighting when he was fighting the closest to them. The attack on Atera, and then here. Agni is not explaining to us about either one of them. That's true. Even if he couldn't come and help us in person, he could have at least sent an official notice and given us some advice. Or at least told us who the Sura were. Well... Woo! No. The god must have his reasons for not telling us anything. We should just be quiet and wait. It's like... Lately I feel like I've gone back to before the Great Upheaval. What do you mean? The city was almost flooded. Not only do we not have any measures to deal with it, but everyone's keeping quiet and only working on the trivial matters like restoring the city. You didn't hear it, because my phone's actually muted, although that reminds me of when I was recording. I think it was Kubera 1. It was either that or Tower of God. And I was recording, and my fucking Siri triggered because of something I said, and it just popped off, and it was picked up on the mic. I believe it was. At least in that one. This one it wasn't, because my phone's actually muted this time, but... Something I just said, probably something to do with Suras, triggered my Siri. Isn't that fun? Anyway. It was just like before the Great Upheaval. Whether something bad happened, the humans just waited for the gods to show them what to do, instead of taking action themselves. I mean, it makes sense, typical, humans are lazy. Everywhere they are. Well, that's because the most knowledgeable of all hasn't said anything. Let's just wait until Agni tells us something. There must be a reason he's keeping silent. Probably something like that. But even that seems kind of odd. After the Great Upheaval, when the human world started to come together, the humans would at least have meetings and try to make decisions on their own. But since Agni appeared, it's like they're stuck in the same way they were before the Great Upheaval. But it's because they know there's a god around. Compared to after the Great Upheaval, when there weren't, gods here and there, and fucking everywhere, as we were at least led to believe. Maybe not everywhere, but you know what I mean. They had to carry on basically without gods even being there at all. And now they know there's one back. They know about Kubera, but you know what I mean? Probably gonna be more as well. But, now they have a reason to not be as productive and proactive. You know that as a priestess, you're saying something very dangerous right now. Without Agni, Calibloom would have been destroyed on that day. Of course, I'm grateful to Agni, but think about it. Do you think the Sura took those godly items just to use as decorations? We've got a lot more to worry about now than the records of Ash's accidental manslaughter or whatever. Actually, Sierra, ultimately the thing that I'm worried about isn't so different from your concerns. When I think of the records of the accidental manslaughter, you don't need... Okay, here's just a little something that's kind of annoying. Accidental manslaughter is superfluous. It's kind of like saying a koi carp. Manslaughters are, well, I guess they're not necessarily accidental, but they're murder without the intent to kill. So it's, for all intents and purposes, accidental. So saying accidental manslaughter is saying accidental murder, which is just weird. Anyway, just I might, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. It just cropped up when I read that then. I know I've said that out loud multiple times, but it's just, I don't know why. But then it just kind of struck a chord for some unknown reason. Also, you absolutely can't hear this, but it's raining really heavily outside. I like it. It's been too fucking hot recently. Actually not. Not even my own scatterbrained brother would make a mistake like killing a person. However, she's too valuable to banish for a magic murder. She has the ability to save far more than 29 people. Just recently, she took over Atera's barrier and protected the citizens. And she has the potential to stand up to the Sura and protect countless more people in the future. So her abilities matter more than morality? That's right. I feel sorry to the 29 victims, who may have had names of gods, but for the sake of the people who are all alive right now, we'll just have to bury that unpleasant past of a brilliant sorcerer. What do you want to see me about? I just thought I shouldn't talk about this in front of Liz. Look, you didn't need to be so aggressive when Rish came here, did you? I heard from my brother that those 29 people were a mistake, but anyway. The fact is that you killed them. Then shouldn't you at least show some remorse rather than calling it a waste of time? Judging from the way you normally treat people, it seems like you at least know that much. Did you do that on purpose because Lise was watching? Sorry if I'm jumping to conclusions, but lately, you've been acting just like before when she's not around. But as soon as she's nearby, it's like you suddenly become a different person. You ignore everything she says, and you keep acting so mean to her. If this is how you're gonna be, I almost wonder if you two should part sooner before you end up making yourself look any worse. Are you trying to speed this up because of my records from the case? No, that's not what I meant. Alright. If you don't feel comfortable being in the same house with me, then I'll leave. Tomorrow. Yuta, that smile is unsettling. Very unsettling. Weird, comparison and minor spoilers. If you don't play FGO and haven't beat LV6 yet, skip a couple seconds ahead. It reminds me of Oberon. If you know, you know. Anyway, he released his banner drop today for me. I got him. I'm currently QP farming because I don't have enough fucking QP to max all of his skills. It's painful. And then I've got to finish off maxing Coin Skya because I've had to farm mats for her. And then I've got to do Melissa. I don't have enough laws for this, man. It's awful. Anyway, that was a weird end. Anyway, chapter 24, the taboo, end. Next chapter, out of reach. To be continued. Alright, we'll leave that there. A little rambly at points, but hey, that's where the fun comes in. I hope you enjoyed. I did. Leave a like, comment, sub, notification bell, usual YouTube stuff. If you made it to the end, you may as well do all of those things if you haven't already. And with that out of the way, I've been Animosity, you've been you, and I hope to catch you all next time for another video. Ta-ta! For now.